Okay, let me share the desktop. Is that working?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KubeEdge community meeting. And today is the February 19th. So I'm Kevin Wang, currently working behind the mask. And Shifei is sitting next to me. Looks like we have some new attendees on the meeting. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. So my name is Tinashe Wilbur Chipomo. I'm doing my postgraduate studies at the University of Cape Town. I'm very much interested in the KubeEdge, open source technology. I met some of the creators in KubeCon Barcelona last year, and recently came back and realized that there was so much progress which has been done. So now I'm currently experimenting with it and wanted to be part of the community and learn more from you guys.
Cool. Anyone would like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi, this is Bitwijay. I'm doing a PhD in civil engineering from University of Bristol. And like my PhD, we are trying to just use KubeEdge in some of the projects we have.
Okay, cool. Anyone else? Yeah, and the others, you can still introduce yourself just in case maybe not everybody know you. Okay, I will just repeatedly introduce myself. I'm Kevin Wang, have some background working on Kubernetes previously, and currently I'm leading the open source team of Cloud Native in Huawei, and I'm spending most of my time on KubeEdge. That's it. Anyone else would like to introduce yourself? Cui Guangzhang, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello? Okay, never mind. I think, hi, Sid, I see you on the meeting. Hello, Sid, you are mute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's working now. We can hear you.
How are you guys doing?
I'm fine. We are working behind the mask. Yeah, I think actually the virus situation is under control now in China, but looks like it's expanding outside China, so maybe it still takes some time.
Yeah, maybe. I see some cases in Japan and nearby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Just some warm up. I think we can start the discussing the agenda. First, I would like to tell that the 1.2 release is already out, and we have have some known issues and fix some of them. And Shifei, would you like to give updates about this?
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
你有你的吧
Okay.
Sorry, just mute myself.
Okay. There are some bugs in 1.2 release. Now we have fixed two bugs. The first is if the pod with host pass volume, then the pod can't run in edge node. We have fixed this bug and add some function interface to the edge core. Yeah, now the pod with host pass volume can run in edge node. We also add A2E case. The second is because something wrong in a C controller. We write the wrong resource type, so the controller manager and the scheduler will be scheduled to the edge node. We have also fixed this bug. Now the controller manager and the scheduler pod will not to schedule to the edge node. Yeah, the third is we will fix the key admin. Now the key admin can't install the cluster successfully. Yeah, now we will fix it. Another fix is we will delete the installation of the Kubernetes and the Docker in a key admin. Yeah, we only check the Kubernetes whether successful installed in a cloud node. Yeah, this PR is still working in progress.
Yeah, I think it's keeping. Yeah, I think it's keeping the Kubernetes and the Docker installation should be a feature in the next release because it's a kind of behavior change. So regarding the current progress, I think so we would have 1.2.1 patch release probably in the next week. Okay. Anyone would like to talk about anything about 1.2, or you have any issue you want to report? Okay. If not, we can start discussing about the 1.3 release planning, and then we can have some time for discuss on the technical thing and also the community thing. So for the release, I think actually in past releases it's kind of not quite fixed the timeline. So we want to stabilize that each release, each feature release, or called minor release, we want to make it around the 3 months. So since the 1.2 is now released, so I think the next we can target on May, in the middle of May, maybe May 15th or May 19th should be fine. And first to add, anyone would like to add? I think one is that the installer, we need a lot of enhancement about installer.
Just a quick question about the installer. So we are going to skip the installing Kubernetes and Docker in kubeadmin.
Yeah.
So how that will be achieved? So did you set independent scripts or anything else?
So actually, I think the skip is not quite that. We actually make it optional. The background is that some users may have a Kubernetes cluster installed already and have Docker or other runtime configured already. So we need to make KubeEdge able to be installed in a simple way in that environment. And also,
okay, so yeah, go ahead.
As an alternative option, if Docker would, if the user would like to use KubeEdge installer to install the whole thing, we can still provide the option. But I think in most case, maybe KubeEdge installer just focus on installing our own components because there are already many options of setting up a Kubernetes cluster.
Okay. So maybe we can just provide options, make that those things give end user a choice whether to install Kubernetes or Docker. I think that maybe not so so hard to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other thing? Let me just quickly go through the one we discussed the last meeting. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we can support the matrix and exec and log command.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and Zhangqie, we have already discussed something you can introduce to the community later on.
Yeah.
And here we can just first to go through the list. Okay, during this week, some users reported opened an issue asking the integration about the CRIO. And Dave, are you able to verify it during this release?
I have talked to my my boss, yeah, about
Okay.
this. So most likely this will be assigned to me after Q2 because
okay.
I don't have many bandwidth right now. So so I'm very interested in these features, but currently
Okay.
I don't think I have enough time on that.
Sure. Then we let me just go through the list. Okay, so maybe we can just keep it in the backlog list for a while.
Sure.
Yeah, ETA for Cloud Core. Yeah. I think we need support this feature in 1.3 release.
Yes, I agree. And let me just take a look. Ingress support. Ingress. Guangzhang, would you like to take this?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just want to confirm that are you able to implement this during the following 3 months?
我用中文说吧。
可以，没关系。
现在这个阶段可能到下个季度发1.3，对吧？
对，3个月。
3个月。3个月作为一个预发布吧，可能到就1.3的时候发布不了，最迟到1.4可能可以做出。
就现在先确认一下你有没有时间就开始这个工作，然后到时候可以看，就是比如说你先发一个基本功能可用，因为我们是有 alpha beta 这种 release 的。
可以，有时间做的。
Okay. So just to repeat what I talked to Guangzhang just now. So for every new feature, we have the maturity model that the new feature will be first released with alpha. The alpha means that it provides basic functionality and we can release with some of known issues or limitations or restrictions. So Guangzhang said that he and his teammates are able to work on this, but he's not quite sure about the maturity by the time of release. But anyway, I think we can first target on making the Ingress support alpha release during next 3 months and see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me just go through the following things. So regarding about the Edge side, I think we can start the work as we already have many discussion offline, but I'm not quite sure about the timeline. Maybe we can first try to finish the overall architecture and the roadmap, detailed roadmap about Edge side.
Yeah.
Any ideas about other things? Okay. Oh, I remember someone else from Huawei. They would like to support Istio Gateway API integration. I think they are still targeting release it for 1.3. So I would just put one placeholder here. This one, there's already a proposal there. Okay, anything about the features? I think we have quite a lot of on the list right now. Okay, maybe anything other important to do during the release, but it's not a feature. I think one thing is that we need to update the document location, right? Developer guide and user guide. Anything else? Just take a look. Okay, I think maybe we can put this list on the GitHub and call for more people to join review and give comments on this. Okay, and we can go on if no other things to talk about 1.3 release planning. By the way, about the time, I think maybe this time we will need a code freeze date just to make sure all the features, feature implementation finished by that date, and we can reserve a period of time focusing on stabilizing the code for a new release. Any idea about this? Anyone has any idea about the code freeze date?
Before 1 week.
Yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2 weeks is fine.
Yeah.
1 week back?
Okay.
Okay.
We can use this time to fix some bugs.
Yes, and also make sure all the document is all the documents are up to date.
Yeah.
Okay. If no more things to discuss, we can move to the next section. Okay, we have some things to in the open discussion section. The first one is about the community meeting time. Just let me open the vote. I took a look about the voting. Looks like it's hard to find one unique time suitable for people across Europe, United States, and Asia. So regarding this, I think maybe we can hold we can have 2 meetings. One friendly for Europe and China, and one Europe and Asia, and one for Asia and United States. Any idea about this? So regarding the time, I think like the one we are hosting today, it's the time should be friendly to Europe and Asia. I would like also to confirm with the attendees on the meeting. If you have no objections, maybe we will keep this time for the Europe and Asia meeting. Any comments?
So how about the frequency? So you plan to have 2 meetings. So still bi-weekly meeting or?
Yeah, maybe the option is that we host each bi-weekly, so we will have actually one meeting every week, alternate between these two. So 1 week for Europe and 1 week for US.
Okay.
Maybe we can or make it on Wednesday, bi-weekly.
Okay.
And for the US time, maybe we can make it in the morning of Beijing time. So it should be in the afternoon of Pacific time. Maybe 10.
Okay.
Okay, so I will just send out another proposal about this just to make sure everyone is okay with this. Okay, another thing I would like to mention is that since the community is moving faster and faster, I'd like to pick up some of the topics so maybe people can focus on these topics, and later on we will set up working groups or special interest groups for the targeted works. But initially, I want to have first we can pick some of the topics and we can start working on that first. Any idea about this? One I think is about document improvement. That's important, right? And any other ideas? Contributor experience, maybe. Just to add, once we have this kind of topic selected topics, we can host the breakout community meetings for this. So then we don't have to wait everyone to discuss on the community meeting. Any idea? Okay, so maybe we can just have these two initially add here, and people can still add more items to the list. Okay, moving to next. Jay, would you like to introduce your ideas on the EXEC and the logs API implementation?
Okay.
Would you like to share the screen or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's discuss about the KubeEdge support logs and the EXEC proposal. This is my pull request. The first abstract. Currently, in a native Kubernetes cluster, kubectl exec command can execute a command in a container, and the logs command can print the logs for a container in a pod. User can execute these commands in the cloud and do not need to operate on the node. In this proposal, we plan to implement EXEC and logs feature based on edge computing scenarios. The second part is the motivation. For EXEC commands, Kube API server will establish a long connection with KubeEdge. The native Kubernetes cluster is set up in data center, so Kube API server can directly access KubeEdge. However, in edge computing scenarios, edge nodes are mostly in private network environments, and Kube API server cannot directly access edge nodes. So the native EXEC and logs commands cannot be executed. Therefore, we need to establish a data tunnel to forward data requests between the cloud and the node. There are three goals. First, we need to support EXEC and logs in edge computing scenarios. The second goal is ensure the security of data transmission in the tunnel. The third goal is we need not modify the code of Kube API server. Architecture design. In Kubernetes, take EXEC as an example. After kubectl EXEC, there will be a new process to establish an HTTP connection with the Kube API server. Then the connection will be upgraded to SPTY protocol by default. We can see this code block, and kubectl post HTTP request. The connection is upgraded to SPTY protocol. After this, Kube API server will initiate SPTY connection with Kubernetes node. Yeah, KubeEdge. We can see this redirection connect. Upgrade the connection to SPTY protocol. The following chart is as follows. First, kubectl set up an HTTP connect to KubeAPI server. Then KubeAPI server redirects this connection to kubelet. After receive this connection, kubelet will set up a gRPC connect to container runtime, use CI interface. But in the edge computing scenarios, KubeAPI server cannot directly access the node and cannot initiate a connection. So we need to do something. First, use a WebSocket-based tunnel between cloud and edge site, and forward KubeAPI server connection request. This channel can be used as a transmission channel for matrix data in the future. For the tunnel, we have two options. The first, we can use Cloud Hub and Edge Hub tunnel. But now, Cloud Hub and Edge Hub are mainly used to transfer Kubernetes resource data, such as pod, node, config map, and so on, which is not very suitable for EXEC and logs streaming data transmission. The second option is we can re-establish a WebSocket tunnel between Cloud Core and Edge Core and support TLS authentication. This proposal chooses the second solution. The new tunnel is specifically responsible for the forwarding of streaming data, which can be used as matrix data transmission tunnel without affecting the logic of Cloud and of Cloud Hub and Edge Hub. In most cases, we consider users to use EXEC and logs commands for debugging purpose. In edge computing scenarios, disconnection due to network instability is considered acceptable. Therefore, in the first stage, we do not support the reliable transmission of message in this tunnel. For Cloud Core, we need to add a tunnel module which listens on port 10,350 by default, different from 10,250, and need to support WebSocket and SPDY protocols. Both WebSocket connection requests from Edge Core and API server connection requests must be supported. For Edge Core, we need to add a tunnel module to initiate a WebSocket connection to the Cloud tunnel, this red line. After receiving the data from the cloud, the tunnel calls the CI interface to communicate with the container runtime. This is the 5 step. The process is as follows. First, Edge Core tunnel module set up a WebSocket connection to Cloud Core tunnel module, and the Cloud Core tunnel module is listened at 10,315 port. Then when user kubectl exec, the second will set up a new HTTP connection to KubeAPI server. Then we need a KubeAPI server will set up a HTTP connection to Edge Core, but we need to redirect this connection to Cloud Core. So this step we need to uptable the DNet. Yeah, when Cloud Core receive this connection, it will transfer the data from those WebSocket tunnel. After Edge Core receive data, it will start a new gRPC connection to container runtime and use the CI interface. For the data transmission in the tunnel proxy, there are several considerations. First, in order to distinguish the data of logs, EXEC matrix connection types, we need to add a type definition to distinguish this data. Distinguish which connection the data belong to. We need to use a session-like definition. Cloud Core kernel need to support SPD1 and WebSocket protocols and support TLS authentication. The message structure is as follows, but it was still working in process. Connection ID, message type, date. The second part is the redirect request made by KubeEdge server to the cloud tunnel service. This step. We will not modify the code of KubeAPI server, so the connection request address initiated by KubeAPI server is edge node RP and 10,250. And the port, this port is getted by this field. So we need DNet. We can use this command to get the port. Status dot demo endpoint dot KubeEdge endpoint port. First of all, we need to modify the logic of HD module. When updating the node status, set those fields to 10,350 by default. For all edge nodes, KubeAPI server will request 10,315 port, which can distinguish the connection of cloud node. On all hosts where KubeAPI server is running, we need to execute the following command. Use apt tables and add new rows on output chain and net tables. Use the deport DNet to Cloud Core RP and 10,350 port. The flow chart is follows. The red line indicate for the connection of edge node. kubectl exe for edge node, edge. And the green line indicates for the connection of cloud node. The green line is the native connection. The red line is our tunnel idea. Yeah. And the detailed design is still working in process. That's all. Hello? Hello?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
I just want to add that regarding the the last section here, it means that how to hook the request. The request was originally started by API server, but connect to the kubelet, right? And what we are trying to resolve that is we want to hook the request, make Cloud Core to process the request.
Yeah.
And so actually you may, I think you can add some of the alternatives that we previously discussed in the document, just to clarify that why we choose to use a specific port number for setting up the rules. Right, so we choose this specific number because the IP tables rule would be much simpler.
Yeah.
So I'd suggest that you add the other alternative options of the hook implementation. So just to give a comparison, and the people would understand this one is the best one. Okay. Anyone have any question about this? I have sent the proposal link to the chat window, so everyone can click to the link to take a detailed look. And also, the link is available in the meeting notes. Okay. If no questions, we can review and discuss this proposal on GitHub.
Yeah. And now I stop my screen.
Okay. All right, so I think we have finished the agenda today. Anyone have anything would like to discuss? Otherwise, we are done today for the meeting.
So nothing to discuss, but as this is my first meeting, I would just like to thank everyone who is working on KubeEdge. I haven't used, I haven't contributed a lot yet, but hopefully I would be able to contribute later. And thank you for the work, because I believe KubeEdge has very good potential, and I am planning to use it in some of my projects. So just a big thank you to all of you who's working on KubeEdge. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, you are now one of the KubeEdge community members. Oh, actually, for the membership on the GitHub, you can create an issue to apply for that.
Thanks, Kevin, but not as of now. As of now, because I haven't looked at the Go code, and I have just worked on the documentation. So maybe let me contribute more to the code, and then
Sure.
once I understand the code, then that would be the right time, probably. Okay.
Sure. Okay. So I think we have finished today for the meeting agenda. Thank you, everybody, to joining the meeting. So the next meeting, according to the discussion today, will be next Wednesday. The time should be US friendly. So I will send out our discussion about the meeting times just to double check everyone is good at that. Okay. See you next meeting.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.